I've met most of you, but for those of you I have not had a chance to meet, my name is Dr. Joe Craig, and part of the time I work for Dr. Tomasita in marketing and set various things up and do video work for her. Dr. Tomasita has a great wealth of knowledge, and she's going to summarize it right now in terms of what holistic health means. So without any more explanation from me, because introducers introduce and speakers speak, I introduce Dr. Tomasita Lahue.
Welcome. I'm so happy that you're here and that we have a better turnout. We were expecting what, about twice as many, but believe me, this is a great turnout. I'm very happy that you decided to place your health as a priority for today, because what I want to share with you will help you become a healthier and happier person. Okay? The first thing I want to distinguish is a very important fact that people have a little mixed up views about. Now, if you wake up in the morning and you're feeling really great, do you call your medical doctor? No. Why not? Because you're feeling good. And when do you call your medical doctor? When you're sick. Okay. That's what I want to distinguish, is the difference between sick care and health care. A lot of people have this thing about, oh, we need to change our health care system. But really, it's not a health care system. It's a sick care system. And that's what I want to make sure you understand, that there is a huge difference between health care and sick care. Because when you call your medical doctor, it's almost too late, right? I mean, you've already got the thing going on. So what we want to know is, how can I be healthier, stay healthier, and prevent having to call my medical doctor? So if you take nothing else away from this talk, I would hope that you understand that there's a huge difference between sick care and health care. And as a holistic provider, all I'm about is health care. Because I want to make sure that you are your very best, that you have the energy to do and live your life the way you want to live it, that you can do the things that you enjoy, and that you have the energy to do them well, and not have to limit your lifestyle because of pains or limitations. Now, another question I want to ask you is, if you do nothing different today, are you going to be healthier or sicker next year if you change nothing today? Sicker. Okay. Sicker. Because most of us have some bad habits, right? That we know we need to change, but sometimes we need some encouragement to make those changes. And that's really what I'm all about. I'm about being the guide to make those lifestyle changes so you can become the healthier person you know you deserve to be. So if you're going to be sicker in 1 year, what happens in 5 years if you don't change anything? Yeah, it's worse. So let's put a line in the sand, right? Let's make today the day you make a decision to be healthier. Because you have a choice, right? You have a choice to make today a better day. And hopefully you'll start implementing some of the things we talked about. Because one of the things I find is that patients will come to me sometimes and say, yeah, I want you to fix me, but I don't want to change any of my habits. I mean, is that absurd or what? That's insanity. If you expect to do the same thing you're doing now and do it over and over again and expect different results, that's insanity. So we need another kind of doctor. That's not me. So when it comes to holistic health care, we really look at the entire individual. The structure, the physical structure. We will talk about the spine in a minute. We will also address the chemical or nutritional aspect. Because everything we eat, everything we drink, everything we put on our skin, everything we smell, all of these are chemicals that go into our body and will affect our chemical construction. Because our bodies are really just a chemical industry that's walking around, you know, because we make all kinds of chemicals all day long. And really that's what food is for. It's to make the right chemicals so we can make the right tissues, so we can heal and regenerate, that kind of thing. The other aspect of what I do is emotions. We deal with emotions because every single trauma that occurs in your life is held in your tissues. And there's a lot of deep work that's going on right now. I'm studying a lot of what Dr. Bruce Lipton has come around with his Biology of Belief. I don't know if you've heard of that book. He wrote a couple of, now what, about 4 years ago, I guess now.
Oh, longer than that.
Maybe longer than that now. And there's also a German new medicine that I'm studying. It's all about how emotions impact your health. And sometimes when illnesses strike, you can almost trace it back to a traumatic event that happened in your life. So it's not a matter of just looking at this thing, but we have to look there, and then that's when we can get into getting the balance so you can get that optimal health that we're looking for. And I'm not a psychoanalyst. Don't think that I'm going to be there analyzing what happened to you. When I'm talking about traumatic events, all I do is have you think about the item. I don't even want to know what it is, and we adjust, and the emotion is free. It's just amazing. And I have people who start crying immediately as they remember and release, and then they're better. But it's not anything like psychotherapy or anything like that. That's not what I'm there for. So what is holistic? Again, we take the entire individual into consideration, because you cannot separate mind from body, or from spirit for that matter. There is no way. And because I am a chiropractor, of course, chiropractic is the foundation of everything I do. With chiropractic, we work with primarily the spine. And I adjust the spine to make sure that all the vertebrae are aligned perfectly, because you don't want it to be one up or one down or one cut. You know, it all impacts, because look at what's coming out of here. Major nerves, right? And where do these nerves go to? The brain, of course, connected to the brain, and every single part of your body. It goes to every single tissue. These branch out into smaller and smaller and smaller nerves that all go to activate your little finger, your itchy nose, whatever it is. All of this is controlled by the brain and the spinal cord. So everything is affected by the spine. And that's why when we adjust the spine, we're affecting your entire health, your well-being. Because there is no part of you that is separate from this. And then as chiropractors also, let me get this back on here, we adjust extremities, you know, shoulders, elbows, wrists, knees, toes, feet, and just everything. Because anything that has a joint can be adjusted, and we can improve that communication that's happening throughout the spinal cord, because that's what the nervous system is all about. Communication between the brain, spinal cord, and every tissue and every organ system within the body. I think you answered the question before. What makes up your central nervous system? Your brain and your spinal cord. So, did anybody learn something today already? Yeah, okay, good. That's what it's all about. Education, because once you're armed with an education, you can make better choices for yourself. So, holistic care, we talked about how I address structure and adjustments. Then there's the lifestyle habits. So, like I said, if you come to me and expect me to do 100% of the work, it doesn't work that way. I'm actually about 5% of it. Because I do the adjustments while you're there. I will give you education on tips for lifestyle changes, exercises, your treatment schedule, nutritional tips, meditation tips, journaling tips. I mean, I address so many different things. But then it's up to you to go implement them, right? 'Cause I can't be over your shoulder 24 hours a day. So it's really 95% you, 5% me. And it's lifestyle, so it takes time. It's not something that's going to happen overnight. So we'll address everything from your work aspect to your mental aspect to even your recreational aspect, because sometimes some of the things we do can be a little unhealthy. You know, like if you go drinking every Friday night and you drink till you can't stand up, you know, whatever, that's something that needs to change, because the liver and the kidneys are going to take their toll, right? And then also you're endangering yourself and everybody else who would drive after doing that. So, I mean, all kinds of things that we will look at.